I don't know why Japan is doing this, but they're going into my birthplace, Singapore. And here we go. U.S. aircraft, and if you know anything about the Japanese war, my dad was an interpreter for the Japanese, and he saw them take out a lot of Chinese, so he's traumatized from the war. He was the chairman of Singapore Stock Exchange, and really good man. The second, he is alive, but he has dementia, and he's, I'm glad he doesn't have to think about the war anymore. Hopefully he recognizes me when I go home. I will be probably going back to Singapore as soon as someone gets back in. U.S.-UK aircraft carriers drill the Japanese big deck warship in the Western Pacific. Why is it there? Kuala Lumpur, that's right above Malaysia. 2 U.S. carrier strike groups drilled with the United Kingdom's carrier strike group, and yeah. And then there's a big, they're doing all kinds of military drills. It's just amazing what they're doing. They're just doing drill after drill, like they're preparing for something big. And yeah, they're doing drills in Europe. They're doing drills everywhere. Like they're planning for mass martial law. What's going on? Yes, we know. And yes, we'll get into U.S. corporation is bankrupt as of the 17th. USA Incorporated bankrupt. We'll get into that in a second. First, let's expose a few people that help with the bankruptcy. They, as you know, are blocking. That would be they. That would be the people that are against us, are blocking our products from coming in. And this is what one of them has to say about it. There you go. One-on-one Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. She got a lot of money from the Act Blue, Black Lives Matter. Here we go. Come on. Higher prices will continue. Where is the video? There we go. There we go.
Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. Secretary Buttigieg, thanks for joining us. We're seeing major supply chain disruption in the U.S. right now, causing everything from higher prices to longer waits for products. Moody's warns that these supply chain disruptions, quote, will get worse before they get better. Do Americans need to prepare ourselves for this to get worse before it gets better?
Well, certainly a lot of the challenges that we've been experiencing this year will continue into next year, but there are both short-term and long-term steps that we can take to do something about it. Look, part of what's happening isn't just the supply side, it's the demand side. Demand is off the charts.
Yeah, right.
Sales are through the roof. And if you think about those images of ships, for example, waiting at anchor on the West Coast, every one of those ships is full of record amounts of goods that Americans are buying because demand is up, because income is up, because the president has successfully guided this economy out of the teeth of a terrifying recession. Now the issue is, even though our ports are handling more than they ever have, record amounts of goods coming through, our supply chains can't keep up. And of course our supply chains, that's a complicated system that is mostly in private hands, and rightly so. Our role is to be an honest broker, bring together all of the different players there, secure commitments, and get solutions that are going to make it easier.
Many American companies, especially small businesses, as you know, are struggling to cope with these supply chain disruptions. One possible solution, President Biden lifting former President Trump's tariffs on China to try to provide some relief. That's not a panacea, but it could provide some relief. Will President Biden do that? Will he lift those tariffs?
Well, I think every idea is being taken seriously, but what we're doing right now is to focus on the operations themselves. A lot of Americans might be surprised to learn that our ports have not generally operated on a 24/7 basis. We've secured commitments to change that, and the president announced that the ports of LA and Long Beach actually was piloting this for a few weeks. Collectively, those two ports are 40% of our container traffic.
Why?
They're now going 24/7.
Why?
That's not
Why
a
are they
simple thing to do
40%?
overnight, but it was a big commitment. Now we've got to make sure that that works its way
Because
through
of
the chain,
Dianne
of course,
Feinstein.
it's not just the gate of the port, it's getting those containers onto the chassis, getting them to where they need to be, and that goes to other issues in our supply chain, like the availability of truckers. So we're taking steps on that. Like my department, working with state DMVs.
He's been on a long vacay with his
CDLs, those commercial driver's licenses, so that we can get more qualified, safe truckers on the road. There are a lot of steps that we're taking right now to address this in the short term, but also at risk of repeating myself on something that I've been talking about and the President's been talking about all year. This is one more example of why we need to pass the infrastructure bill.
I've never heard such a bunch of hogwash in my life. Basically, the only thing that he said that was the truth was that they were owned by private companies. Those private companies are preventing the ships from docking, and the dock workers are reporting that. They're blocking the docks from working, all right? They are doing it on purpose to raise the prices, all right? It's all planned out. He's lying. He's lying, and he's been on vacation with his husband, which he is welcome to be, not doing his job, and now reeling off a bunch of crap. The only thing he said was true, that they were owned by private companies. That being said, I have to say, to prove one of my detractors named 𝗓𝗡𝗣𝗥𝗘 wrong, he's always attacking, or she, I am not being funded by Gateway Pundit. So today, I will be not doing anything with Gateway Pundit on it, just to prove it, that I'm not being funded by them. These people just make stuff up as they go along. They just do. They make stuff up. Okay, here we go. We have now this information. Okay, here we go. We have these two, which I do not believe. Why was he at Irvine Medical Center? Number one, if you look at the coloration of, hold on one second. This is just going by itself. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Okay, it's just going by itself. All right. Number one, why is he at Irvine when he lives in the East Coast? Number one. Number two, why his coloration's usually gray? Why is it so pink and healthy? Yeah, I don't believe a word. It's all a bunch of, yeah, there we go. We have, here we go. This is reported by Yahoo, CNN, everything else. This rhino that is a anti-Trumper, he's into climate change and everything else that's dirty. Did he get it? I think he got it. Yeah, he's a rhino. And Secretary of State, the first Black Secretary of State, died on Monday. He was 84, remarkable and loving husband, yeah. And he was very radical. He was a total rhino. He's on the level of Turtle Mitch McConnell. So all I have to say is rest in peace and drain the swamp. What can I say? There we go. All right, let's keep going. As of yesterday, the 17th, which it was supposed to be the day that 𝗟𝗓 was supposed to come into effect. We have to have the finances cleared first, as you know. And that didn't happen, but this did. This needed to happen. The Marshall Report, Operation Drain the Swamp. The corporation of the USA Incorporated bankrupt, no more IRS, where's POTUS? This is fantastic news. It appears that the citizens of the Republic of the United States, based on Constitution and Bill of Rights, is no longer indebted to the service of the corporation known as the United States, and if so, no longer indebted to taxation and any other financial corporate agreements and demands. Yeah, so they filed for bankruptcy and now they're bankrupt. On May the 4th, 2020, they filed for bankruptcy at Chapter 11, and now as of yesterday, October the 17th, 2021, they are bankrupt. And what happened? Where's this? The Federal Reserve and the basically, there we go. All right, bankrupt. That's all I have to say. Remember, we have the finances that need to go first. Also yesterday, or during the weekend, a lot of the mainstream media in Canada were, can we say, arrested, allegedly. Okay. And this is to go along with this. In New York City, if New York is getting this way, you must know that everything's a changing. Defund the media. And you can't say that anymore because they won't let you say F Joe Biden or even something, let's go Brandon. You can't say that either. That's in New York City. Yeah, you can't say it. You can't say it. The New Yorkers are awake. I love that building in the background. That is gorgeous, whatever that building is. I won't be going there anytime soon. Okay, all righty. That was fantastic. Thank you, New York City. New York City, can we say New York City? It's just amazing. Yes, New York City. They're riled up. Okay, so we have a lot going on. We have someone is expected to step down because they are bankrupt, right? As of yesterday. And here we go. Nancy Pelosi expected to resign soon, step down as Speaker of the House. Video. This is from mainstream media. This is from Maria Bartiromo, actually. Here we go.
But first this morning, this exclusive sources tell Sunday Morning Futures, there is speculation swirling in Washington that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi may step down after getting the massive spending package through. So all of those Democrat members who had their arms twisted to vote on the multi-trillion-dollar package and put their own re-election in jeopardy may be fuming to learn that the Speaker could be planning a cut and run.
A cut and run. Can you? A cut and run. I love it. We should play that twice because this is just amazing.
But first this morning, this exclusive sources tell Sunday Morning Futures, there is speculation swirling in Washington that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi may step down after getting the massive spending package through. So all of those Democrat members who had their arms twisted to vote on the multi-trillion-dollar package and put their own re-election in jeopardy may be fuming to learn that the Speaker could be planning a cut and run.
Okay, cut and run. Yeah, to get the multi-trillion-dollar spending package, and their money's worthless because finances first. We're fixing everything. Remember Christmas in November and get your gifts now because there will be nothing. None of those ships, they're blocking them from coming in. The dock workers have already said that. And let's go into this. I don't know what happened during the weekend, but they've taken off hundreds off my Telegram. And yeah, defund the media. We have all of this. How many real patriots are on Telegram that support, yeah, our POTUS? Okay, and here we go. The globalists cannot stop the unprecedented awakening going on in America. Newman, who wrote the popular book, The Deep State, we'll call them the globalists from now on, the invisible, and of course the globalists run two funds. Can I say it? That would be BlackRock, which a bunch of billionaires use up all their capital gains to buy up all the opportunity zones like in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and turn them into pack and stacks. Okay, That would be BlackRock. And then, of course, owned by Vanguard. Everyone's got Vanguard funds, so you would know. Everybody knows they are the globalists. Everyone knows that the press is lying. No one believes the press anymore. Let's go, Brandon. Everyone knows that's absolutely absurd. The point is not to make people believe these absurdities anymore. The point is to demoralize people and to really silence us. What's going on with sticking the FBI and DOD on parents complaining about hate being taught to their children? Yeah, that critical race theory to hate themselves. And that's what's going on in propaganda. They want to silence us. They want to intimidate us. They want to bully us, and they want to terrorize us and staying quiet. H.E. Garland said, yeah, his son-in-law is making millions from the book, The Critical Race Theory. Said parents are intimidating or housing school boards. No, they're not. Expressing their concern. Can you think of more things that would be more intimidating than that? So the irony is off the charts, but the goal is here is to silence the people into submission. Yeah, and Telegram, I just suddenly some attacks, and yeah, you can order these things from that lady for Christmas. My friend Marcel Marcanti Art.